Leg day is always the hardest day, no matter what. We did a lot of repetitions. You know, you can do 50 reps with squats, 100 rep sets.
In my right leg, you can hear it rip. And then, I tried to force it up anyway with my left leg and rip, and I fell, boom.
These leg workouts, I ask you one time, like, where do you come up with this shit?
It just goes to the training, that we do and we go through and we put ourselves through, to where, we can't help but to grow.
You train like that, you're gonna find a lot of people gonna find out they don't want to win quite as bad as they thought they do. Leg day is always the hardest day, no matter what. I mean, back day is a close second, but if anybody's ever trained legs really hard, and I mean really hard, you know what I'm talking about. So, the way we train legs, it's we go real heavy, and we do a lot of reps, because if you want to have the people that have the best quads in the world, best quads, hams, all that, they do heavyweight and reps. Look at Tom Platz. I mean, he's from the early 80s, still, by every account, best quads of all time. I was honored to be mentioned in a Flex magazine article several years back, as having one of the top 3 best quads of all time. Platz is still king. In my opinion, I think Paul DeMeo was second. But if you look how, like Platz trained his legs, he did a lot of repetitions. He could do 50 reps with squats, 100 rep sets, and he was strong as hell. And, 2 3 minute sets on the leg extension. And when I started training legs, and Brian was training me in my early days, and all throughout our career, there's different times through me and Johnny's career, we had Brian train us. And these leg workouts, I asked him one time, like, where do you come up with this shit? And well, Brian learned how to train. He's from the same town as Tom Platz. And when he walked into the gym, who was in there training? Tom Platz. Well, Tom kind of took him under his wing and taught him how to train. So hence, he took those workouts and that solid training, and he applied it to us when we started training. And that's how he trained Ronnie when he got Ronnie started. And that's how he trained us. And that's how I learned. Now, training like that, when you train like that, you're going to find a lot of people going to find out they don't want to win quite as bad as they thought they did. Because it's going to require a gut check, and you're going to have to give it everything you fucking got to survive. And then you got to get done, come back the next week and do it again, and again, year after year. If you do that, the motherfuckers will grow, and you'll have some world-class quads. But it's a gut check every time you go in there. I can think of one. I've had so many hard leg workouts in my life. One that comes to mind, I think we started off with leg extensions, superset it with squats, regular squats. So 50 reps on leg extensions, 10 reps on squats with 135. Then we put more weight on leg extension. We do 20 reps on leg extension. 50 reps on leg extension again, 10 reps on squats. Increase the weight. We kept doing this back and forth. So 50, finally on the last set, we got 50 reps with the stack on leg extensions, which was damn near impossible to do. Now we had 500 pounds on the squat bar. I think the bar weighs a little more, 45 pounds, so a little more, 505 or 510 or something.
55-pound bar.
And so we're supposed to do 10 reps with 505 pounds after doing 5 sets on leg extensions, plus 4 sets working up a plate heavy every time. There's no fucking way, right? But if you do that every week, which we've been doing, I did it. I got fucking 10 reps with 505, and I got all 50 reps on the fucking leg extension. And then after that, we went to hack squats. Remember, we went to like 8 or 9 plates on each side. Last set, we do a drop set. 8 plates, 6 plates, 5 plates.
Take off 2, take off 2.
All the way down. And as many as you can do. I think the goal was to get 50 reps, however you could do it. So obviously, you're not going to get 50 reps with 9 plates on each side of the son bitch. But if you keep going until you can't do no more, take a couple plates off, keep going, you'll eventually get 50 reps. And we did that. And then from there, we went to leg press. And I remember we had to do a 100 rep set on leg press. We did a couple warm ups. And then he put, I think, whatever, 1,000 pounds on there, 1,200 pounds, whatever it was on leg press. And we had to get 100 reps. You're going to get 100 reps with that? No, you're not if you're doing deep reps. But once again, you do as many as you can do. We peel a couple plates off and you keep going until you get 100 reps. And then after that, I think we did some lunges on the Smith machine, followed up with hamstrings. Hamstrings, which is another war. You start off with lying leg curls, a couple warm ups. Then we do triple drop set with the stack. and we did seated leg curls. 4 or 5 sets on there, and last couple of sets, working sets, and then one-legged standing leg curls, and real strict. We hold and squeeze to the top, and I remember he pushed our leg. He grabbed the bar and push us on the way down. We had the wrist on the way up, come up, push on the way down, come up, resist on the way down, and I remember that workout. I never sit down. I don't know if you ever see my videos, but during the workout, I never sit down. The only time I sit down is I'm wrapping my knees. And I remember on that day, it was in the summertime, fucking triple-digit heat. I remember, and I never take my shirt off in the gym. I see these little cocky motherfuckers coming here all the time, taking their shirts off, walking around like they're little spiked bucks or something, and they've got the first set of horns, and they in the field, they think they something. But I never do that shit. And I know my boy here hates that shit.
Hell yeah.
And but that day, I took my damn shirt off, and because I was so fucking hot, drenched in sweat, and I remember I laid down on the fucking bench or something in between sets, just trying to fucking catch my breath and keep from fucking throwing up my breakfast. And but when I got done, I remember just laying there, and it's like that bittersweet moment. It's like you survived, and you gave it everything you fucking had. You can't even walk out of the gym. You're trying to choke down your food so you don't have to eat it again. And but it's the best feeling ever. It's, man, like we used to say, it's almost as good as sex.
Almost.
Tight.
Yep. Yeah, find that groove, baby.
Yeah. Tight.
And just to back up all this, which a lot of people don't know about me, because I don't report a whole lot of stuff or what's going on with myself, but actually in 2004, in the 2003, 2004, I tore both my quads, squatting, getting ready for a powerlifting meet. I actually was going to the FIBO in Italy, and that when I got back at the end of that week, I was leaving on Monday, and when I got back at the end of the week, which was Friday, Saturday, I was going into a powerlifting meet. So I wanted to make sure, I stayed on track. So that Monday I went into the gym early to get 800 pounds, just to squat that, just to keep my mind right, because 900 was my goal weight for the powerlifting meet. So when I came in Monday, I actually was using cool briefs, and I wasn't really educated on how to use them as well as I should have been. So when I put them on, I didn't cinch them all the way up top. I had them a little bit down too low, and it cut off the muscle, or the working muscle. It cut off circulation, and it cut off my muscle from working from mid quad up. That's how tight these cool briefs are. And so I had 770 on it, and I did 2 reps. I went down for my 3rd rep and came up, and my right leg, you can hear it rip. And then, I tried to force it up anyway with my left leg and rip, and I fell backwards. And I was like, there goes my career.
Yeah. Come on, tight. Show my fuck. You got it, fucking. Yeah, lightweight. Yeah. Fucking light. Power, baby. Woo. All day long with it. Awesome. Yep. Nice. Come on. Right here. Yep. Tight chest in the air. Up. Come on. Fucking way. The lightweight our way. Yep. All right. Little tight. Boom. Bah. 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 Come on. You're stronger.
You know, anyway, to make a long story short, what I'm trying to say is after doing that in 2004, you know, I still was able to have my legs grow because I couldn't do legs for almost a year with that, you know, going with that happening. And so when I came back and training with Branch and, you know, when Brian stepping in here and there and training as well, with that, I was able to, you know, thank God, grow back some quads, you know, and bring back some quads. You know, they weren't Branch Warren quads, but, you know, I was able to win shows and, you know, in an Arnold Classic with him. And it just goes to the training, you know, that we do and we go through and we put ourselves through, you know, to where, you know, we can't help but to grow. And with that happening to me, it was like I said, you know, when it first happened, it was like, you know, there goes my career. And there's, you know, in my mind, there was no way I would get back to where, you know, my legs would look, you know, correct again on stage, you know, no matter how I tried. But hey, you know, Branch and Brian definitely proved me wrong and got me back up and back on stage. So, yeah, training has a hell of a lot to do with how you look and, you know, what you accomplish on stage and in the gym.
You know, I think training too, it does have a drift, like just expand on what Johnny just said. The way you train is a direct reflection of how your physique looks, especially on stage.
Oh yeah. Here light. Yeah. Fucking beautiful. Show me. Nobody's better. Fuck no. Woo! Woo! Yep. Oh yeah.
If you train heavyweight, high intensity, a lot of reps and heavyweight, that high intensity, it's going to give you a different look. You know, especially if you train heavy, because you're going to get that dense, grainy look that, you know, a lot of guys don't have. You look at the guys that don't train super heavy and they don't train super intense, you know, they don't have that dense, hard, grainy look. And you take somebody like a Dorian Yates and how he trained, you know, Ronnie Coleman, you know, us. And there's some other guys out there that train like that too. I think there's less now than there used to be. But guys that train like that, gives you a different look on stage. And it separates you from everybody else. You know, back in the day, Dorian, you know, he competed against some great competitors, Flex and Sean and Chris Camille, Paul Dillett, all these guys. And he walked out on stage. First time I saw him compete at the Olympia, he walked out and he separated himself from everyone else before he even hit a pose, just because he was so dense, grainy, and hard. And that's a direct reflection of his training. And I mean, somebody like Flex Wheeler had some of the lowest body fat ever recorded on a bodybuilder. He was hard, he was in shape, but he didn't have that dense, grainy look that Dorian had. And I think that was a direct reflection of his training style. And I think so. If you're trying to be the best in the world, being dense and grainy, there's only one way to get it.
Get your ass to the gym, get it on.
Come on. All day long. Get. Keep going. Woo! You're almost there. We're up for time, baby. You're hungry. Make the motherfuckers run.